Good morning, my beloved students. I hope that you are doing well and that you are safe, inshallah, as usual. Today, kids, we're going to start, as you can see, with the first reading for this semester. Today, we're going to start with times change. The text will be talking about life in the past and life nowadays in the present tense. We're going to talk about how life has changed a lot from the way people lived, what do they do nowadays, what is going on in the world right now, and how life has really changed nowadays. We have lots of inventions, new things are happening nowadays in the world, and people they start to like many different things. So let's get in the text. Let's start. As you can see, kids, in this picture, we have two men. They are driving what do we call carriage. This is the carriage, and they use horses to drive the carriage. They use horses to move from one place to another. In the past, can you imagine? They didn't have lots of modern transportation like, for example, cars, airplanes, metros, buses. Okay, so in the past they used to use, just like as you can see, carriage with horses. They used to use horses to pull the carriage and move from one place to another. So a long time ago in the past, we drove in the past on roads. How were the roads in the past? Were they safe and easy to drive something on them? No. The roads in the past, they had a lot of rocks and bumps. A horse led the way, as you can see. They used the horse to move the carriage from one place to another. We used a stick, this is the stick, and a rope, the rope to tell the horse which way to go. So they used the stick and the rope, and they hit the horse to tell the horse which way to go. For example, to the left, so they need to pull the rope to the left, or they need to pull this rope to the right in order to tell the horse which direction to go. We pulled the rope to say stop. So, how did people travel in the past? They traveled using the horses. They used a stick and a rope to tell the horse which way to go. Did they have safe roads? Actually, no. They drove on roads that had lots of rocks and bumps. Let's see how is life nowadays. Look at the picture with lots of beautiful, big, shiny roads with airplanes, with cars, buses, metros, right? Nowadays, we drive on. How are the roads nowadays? We have safe and paved roads today. Paved, easy to drive on. We can get home fast when we drive. If we drive our car, we can reach our home very fast. An airplane, as you can see, can go very fast, super fast. We can pass time on a long plane ride, so we can pass the time very fast if we drive using an airplane. We can sing a long song in the plane. We can play a fun game. We can take a quick nap. We can sleep a little bit until we wake up to be in another country. Wake up in Spain, for example, in America, for example, right? So airplanes nowadays, they are super fast. We can use them to move from one place to another. How do people travel nowadays? People travel nowadays using airplanes. The way people travel now is safer, faster than in the past. Do we have safe roads nowadays? Sure, we have paved and safe roads nowadays. So let's move on. Look at the picture. As you can see here, we have a family, father, mother, two kids. They are passing their time, they're spending their time happily, they're playing, talking, enjoying their time. So people in the past, because in the past people didn't have electronic devices to use, for example, to play, so they used to spend more time together, talking, enjoying their time, for example, playing simple game. So this mom and dad and kids, they play a game called checkers. This is the checkers. It is a simple, easy game with just a board. As you can see, this is the board and game pieces. Here we have the game pieces, as you can see. This mom and dad and kids, they play to win. They are enjoying their time. Okay? So, did families spend lots of time together in the past? Sure, they played lots of funny games together. Nowadays, as you can see, kids are spending more and more time with electronic devices, with phones, laptops, iPad, and tabs. So they are using lots and lots of electronic devices to spend their time. So a group of kids play this game, the electronic game, PlayStation. It has bells that ring and lights that shine. These games are attractive. جذابين, attractive. The kids use electricity to play this game. A plug goes in the wall. The silic goes in the wall so they can play the game using electricity. Kids play this game to when they are enjoying their time. So what kind of games people are playing nowadays? They use lots or they play lots and lots of electronic games. They don't spend lots of time with their families. Let's move on. Let's take a look at this picture. Let's see how are they different. As you can see here in the past, this lady is writing a letter using a pen. She's writing a letter, then she's going to put a stamp on this letter and send it, give it to the mail, and then maybe it will take days to send it to anyone in the world, right? But nowadays, if we use phones, laptops, any smartphone, in a minute we can text any message to anyone around the world. With a minute, this message will be sent, right? So this lady used a pen to write a letter. Next, she put a stamp طابع on it. Then she put it in the mail. This will take really long days, so it can be delivered to anybody around the world, right? Nowadays, we can still use stamps, but now we can send emails. A letter may take days to get to a friend. An email is fast. It takes less than a minute to get an email to a friend to tell him what do we want. So how did people send messages in the past? They used pen to write letters and they used stamps, put them in the mail, and they took days in order to get to a friend. But nowadays we can use emails, messages. Within a minute, the message will be delivered. Thank you so much. See you soon.